Hello, sixth graders. Today what I'm going to do is go through some review questions from sections 10.1 to 10.4. Now these review questions that I'm going to go through will help you complete today's homework assignment, which is a 10.1 to 10.4 review in bigideasmath.com. Now obviously, for some of these questions, when you go to do it online, it will look a little bit different, but I'm kind of going to guide you through how you would answer these questions, and then I'll get you started on the homework assignment so you know how you need to go about answering these questions. In chapter 10, we learned a lot about different graphs that you can make. Stem and leaf plot, histogram, box and whisker plot, and those are the kind of things that we're going to be reviewing today. So first question we're going to review is make a stem and leaf plot of the data. Well, first thing you want to do is you want to decide what's going to be your stem and what's going to be your leaf. And looking at these sets of numbers, I would probably have my number and my tens be my stem, and then the other number, the ones digit, would be my leaves. So I'm going to decide first to make 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 into my stems. So I just basically list 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to go through and organize my data. So I see a 68 here. So that means there would only be one leaf on that stem, so 68. For 70s, I see a 72, I see a 76, so that's going to just be 72 and 76 there. For 80s, I have a few more. I see an 80 and another 80 and another 80, so I have 3 zeros that I have to list. And then I see an 88 there, so 3 zeros and then an 8. For my 90s, I see a 90, a 92, a 94, and a 96. So those would be my leaves for that 90. And then I just have one 100, so that would just be a 0 listed there. Now I double check. I should have 12 numbers because 3, 6, 9, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have them all. Then one last thing I don't want to forget is my key. So 6-8 would have to stand for 68%. And a lot of times on your homework assignment, they will have one blank where they want you to fill in what the value is for the key. And now that we have it organized in stem and leaf plot, we have my numbers in order from least to greatest, so then I can find some additional problems. And that takes us to this question. We have a stem and leaf plot already made. It is talking about cooking times in minutes, and from the key, the 4/1 stands for 41 minutes of cooking time. And what I want to find is the mean, the median, the mode, the range, and the interquartile range of the data. Well, the first thing I need to do is put the data in order from least to greatest, but luckily with the stem and leaf plot, it's already in order from least to greatest, so that saves me a lot of work. So first for the mean, you might have forgotten what the mean is, but what the mean is you have to add all the numbers together and divide by how many numbers there are. This is the one where having a calculator handy will help you out a lot. First, I'm going to count how many numbers there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know I'm going to end up dividing by 12 numbers. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add all these numbers together. So 35 plus 38 plus 40 plus 41 plus 48 plus 50 plus 54 plus 54 plus 54 plus 55 plus 59 plus 60 equals, that gives me 588, and then I'm going to divide that answer by 12, and that gives me my mean of 49. Now, if you don't get 49, or if you want to double check your answer, which I would highly recommend when you're adding together 12 numbers like that, do it again, check to see if you get the same thing. Well, what happens if you get one answer the first time, you get a different answer the second time? Well, guess what? You got to do it a third time. That's why we call the mean mean. Next up is the median, and you know the median is the middle number. Well, when we have 12 numbers here, that means my middle number is going to be between the 6 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So my median is going to be between 50 and 54. So what that means I do is I pull out my handy dandy calculator again. 50 plus 54 equals, that's 104, and then I divide that by 2, and that gives me the median of 52. Mode is the easiest. It's the number that occurs most often. And since this data is organized in the stem and leaf plot, the number that occurs most often is right here, 54. Next up is range. Range is the difference between the highest and the lowest number. So my highest number here is 60. My lowest number is right there, 35. So I'm going to take 60 minus 35, and that gives me my range of 25. Now IQR is tougher. In order to find the IQR, you have to find the first quartile and the third quartile, and then subtract the third quartile minus the first quartile. Again, not something that you're probably going to be able to figure out just by looking at the numbers, but you actually have to do a little bit of thinking and some work here. So first I'm going to look for my first quartile. So because I have them separated in half, so these are my lower 6 numbers, my lower 6 numbers in half would be right there, between 40 and 41. So 40 plus 41 divided by 2 means my first quartile would be 40.5. I would write that down. Now my third quartile, see I have these 6 numbers up here, so halfway in between those numbers would be 54 and 55. So 54 plus 55 equals, divided by 2, would give me 54.5. So now that I have my first quartile and my third quartile, then I subtract 54.5 minus 40.5 gives me an IQR of 14. Now this question took a little bit of effort, but it's all effort that is definitely worth taking the time to do and get the right answer. Next up says to display the data in a histogram. So luckily they've already got the ranges here for you. It is television watched per week. So we have 0 to 9 hours, 10 to 19 hours, 20 to 29 hours, and 30 to 39 hours. I bet some of you are up on this upper end right now because of the Safer at Home right now, but we're doing the best that we can. So first, these would be my bars on the horizontal axis, and then the frequency would be my numbers on the vertical axis. So then I just drag this bar up to 14, I drag this bar up to 16, this bar gets brought up to 10, and this bar gets brought up to 8, and there is my histogram for this set of data. Next question says, the dot plot shows the number of glasses of water that the students in a class drank in one day. So you can see the lower number here is 4, the upper number here is 10, and then the dots are all organized in that nice little dot plot. First question says, describe the shape of the distribution. Well, you notice that it's kind of pulling over in this direction. There's a lot more points over here than there is over here, and that means that this data is skewed to the left. It's a lot more heavy data over here than it is over here, so I would say it is skewed to the left. Part B says choose the most appropriate measures to describe the center and the variation. Well, center is typically mean, median, and mode, and variation is typically MAD or IQR. We didn't actually do MAD this year, so we're just focusing on the IQR. And the measure of center, mean, median, or mode. Well, what I decided was to focus on the median and the IQR. So my median, of course, is my middle number. So if I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, that means if I divide that in half, it would be between the 7 numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be right here, this number right here, which is, of course, 8. Now my IQR is a little bit tougher to solve, but I can do it, especially when the data is already put up here in order. So we have half the numbers here, we have half the numbers here. Well, if I cross out and I go in, that would give me a median here of 6. If I cross out here, that would give me a 9 here. So 9 minus 7 actually would give me an IQR of 2. All right, next up is make a box and whisker plot for the data. So to make a box and whisker plot, these are the things that you have to find. Lower extreme, upper extreme, median, first quartile, third quartile. Let's start with the easy ones. Lower extreme and upper extreme. Well, the problem right now with this data is it's not in order from least to greatest. In order to find all of these things, these numbers have to be in order from least to greatest. So that's the first thing I did is I ordered the numbers from least to greatest. Then my lower extreme would of course be 1. My upper extreme would of course be 11. Now my median. Remember, that's my middle number. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So to split them up in half, my median would be between 5 and 5. Well, when it's between two numbers that are exactly the same, that just means my median would be 5. Now that I've split the data in half, now I can find my first quartile, and my first quartile is going to be between 3 and 5. Well, when I add 3 plus 5, that gives me 8. 8 divided by 2 means my first quartile is going to be 4. Then my third quartile is going to be halfway in between 7 and 9. So 7 plus 9 divided by 2 gives me my third quartile of 8. So now that I found all those essential things for my box and whisker plot, then I make my number line and I put my first lower extreme here at 1, my upper extreme here at 11. My median is 5. My first quartile is 4, and my third quartile is 8. So I draw a box between my quartiles and my median, and then I draw a whisker connecting my box to my upper and lower extreme. So that gives me my box and whisker plot for the ages and years of dogs at a vet's office. Next question here, we are talking about cell phones, and we are comparing brand A and brand B in a double box and whisker plot, and it compares the battery life in hours of two brands of cell phones. So part A says, what is the range of the upper 75% of each brand? Well, when we learned about box and whisker plots, you learned that what a box and whisker plot does is split your data into 25%. So this is 25%, this is 25%, this is 25%, and this is 25%. So if we're talking about the range of the upper 75%, that would be from there to there, from there to there, and there to there for a total of 75%. So this part right here, including the box and this upper whisker, is my 75%, the upper 75%. So to find the range of my upper 75% for brand A, I would do 7 minus 3.5, which of course is 3.5. Now brand B is a little bit tougher. It's the same area as this whisker plus this whole box for my upper 75%. But you'll notice that this question is very close to 6, so I just decided to keep it 6. This bar here I thought was about 3.3. So 6 minus 3.3, I think the range would be approximately 2.7. Now part B says, which battery has a longer battery life? And explain your answer. I think looking at these two box and whisker plots, because of this point up here for brand A, and because a lot of the data points fall in the higher range than brand B does, I would say that brand A is better overall. But probably only slightly better based on the sampling, because you also see that brand A has the lower extreme compared to brand B. So I would say overall brand A is better, but brand B is probably only slightly less than brand A would be. Thank you for paying attention to the review video. Now I'm going to take you through the first question on bigideasmath.com, and you are going to do numbers 1 through 7 and then 9 through 10 to review. First question is complete the stem and leaf plot of the data. So the data is on hats sold each day. You can see the stem is your tens digit and your leaves are going to be your ones digit. So if I have 0 here, that means my numbers are just going to be ones digit. So that would be the 5, the 8, and the 9. Well, the number that I would fill in right there that is missing is a 5. Next digit would be 12 here, and I can cross that one off. And then I see I have another 12, so the number that has to go into this spot here would be 12, and then that would complete the rest in that box. The 2s are already finished, and then we have 3s. Well, I only see 130 there, so that means it has to be a 0 that has to go into that box there. And then I have to complete the key. 2-1 would equal 21 hats. So I would fill in 21 and then submit that question there. And I'd obviously go on to question number 2, which is another stem and leaf plot question. So this homework assignment is going to take some effort because for some of the problems, you have to put the numbers in order from least to greatest. You have to go through the work of finding the mean, the median, the mode, the interquartile range, the range, all of that good stuff. But this is a good homework assignment to end up finishing the last part of this